You are watching Amakosi for live. I'm with Hunter here. We're back, and it's another draw for Kaizer Chiefs against Stellenbosch. We've been given another opportunity to extend our lead in the Absa Premiership race, title race, and we haven't taken it again. Well, we have, but it's quite a small one. We were 5 points before the game, and now we're just 6 points ahead. My man Hunter, he took a lot of flack this week from certain parts of the Kaizer Chiefs camp for some of your opinions. You can say whatever you want. You feel free. But what do you think of today's game? What do you think of our performance today?
Look, Mish, firstly, today's game was actually a much better performance than the previous one. All right.
Much better. Yeah.
And it was much better. And if you have a look at the halftime stats, it actually showed that, look, we just wanted to dominate possession. And I really feel Njangase played very, very well. He really did. And I'm really surprised as to why Middendorp actually took him off, because he had a much more to offer, especially with the fact that Kambole had come on the second half. I mean, he was really, really brilliant, Kambole, and I was just
really
elated when he equalized.
Yeah.
He showed that intent to really equalize, and he finally got rewarded. And I'm just looking forward to more goals coming from him.
I hope so. I hope this picks up his confidence.
No, it does. It should really pick up his confidence as well. So I'm just hoping that in the big game on Thursday against Mamelodi Sundowns, that Njangase will actually start as well as Kambole, because Nokovic is out, and that is a bummer. Of course, that is a real bummer.
It is.
Yeah, you see, what I love about Nokovic is that he likes committing, but sometimes he just overcommits, and that's what gets him into trouble. And today's game was just one of those games where he showed that, look, he was just overcommitting, and he got into trouble for it. So now he's going to miss out on one of the most important games of this.
I mean, that's why he was benched in the first place. That's why he was on the bench in the starting lineup. We understood why. But Castro is just, I think Castro is very injury prone. We saw that in the first game of the restart, and now again, I don't think we're bringing him back too soon. We should have started with Kambule. Maybe if we started with Kambule, we could have gotten the lead. Actually, we could have been more attacking, more pressing. But yeah, what do you think of the changes on the coach today as well? He brought in Gezana as well, and he started with Njangase, as you've spoken about already. What do you think about the changes here? Also, in Tia got a start. Also, what do you think?
Look, Mish, I actually thought the introduction of Ngezana before the game started was actually a good change. But looking at the way that he performed, he really didn't have the best of games. And if you have a look at how Stellenbosch's goal was actually scored, it actually transpired from Ngezana's side. What Ngezana was supposed to have done, especially to Dupree, because Dupree is really a nippy player. He's supposed to put a foot in for the tackle and stop Dupree from crossing that ball. Had he done that, that goal wouldn't have come in. But there were also many other instances where he was just slipping and falling. I don't know if it was the problem of the pitch or not, but Ngezana is such a tall player, but the way he was just on his feet, it's just like he just kept on slipping and falling. Maybe Coach Middendorp is going to save him for the Sundowns game. I have absolutely no idea, but if he's going to be given a chance to play against Sundowns, then he really has to step up. He has to man up as well, because this is where we are really going to need players as well. And as far as Ntia is concerned, he wasn't that bad. In my view. He wasn't that bad, but he wasn't great either. He was not as effective as we expected him to be.
Mm.
And if you have a look at Reef Frosler on the other hand, he
Yeah.
didn't have a good half, but he actually had a really brilliant second half.
Second
And
half, he was amazing. He is an actual baller. He's a proper baller.
of
He
course,
did some
he's a
great
natural
runs to
baller.
the middle, down the wing, beating players here and there.
Hmm. Of course, but my problem with Chiefs as a whole is that we are too slow on the transition. And the slower we are on the transition, that is
Mm.
when we give Stellenbosch time
Mm.
to really regroup and park the bus, because that is
Mm.
what Stellenbosch is basically doing. Because you could see that they really had a game plan. That
Mm.
look, Stellenbosch, they knew that we are one of the teams that is just kind of slow on the transition, and
Mm.
we are prone to playing aerial balls as well. But
Mm.
what they actually did was that they actually decided to sit back and catch us on the counter, and that is exactly
Mm.
what they actually did. If you have a
Mm.
look at their goal, that what actually transpired. They caught
Mm.
us on the counter attack. We couldn't retreat on time, and
Mm.
they really got the goal in which they thoroughly deserved.
Mm.
And overall, Stellenbosch were the better side on the night. They really played very well. I give props to Steve Barker and the team. And yeah, it's
I mean,
it's really a slap for us.
I wouldn't say they were the better side because if you looked at the second half, I thought we bossed the second half. Our first half wasn't so good, but our second half
Mm,
we bossed it, and I didn't feel like they threatened us too much in the second half, and that's where I got a little bit frustrated because that whole second
mm,
half was ours. We made most of the attacks, and yet
mm.
we didn't score. Like, what do we need to do now? Because it seems like there was nothing special about Stellenbosch, and we have all the moments. Why are we not transitioning or using those transitions you're talking about? Why are we not? Why are we not taking our chances? What's happening? What's going on in the team?
If you ever look at Stellenbosch, they stuck to their game plan, and their main game plan was to catch us out on the counters. So
Hmm.
even in the second half, even though we were busy bossing them in the second half, they still managed to catch us on the counter. And if you have a look at Dupree's chance,
At
it
the
could have
end there,
gone
yeah.
in. We
Mm,
were
definitely.
very lucky that it landed on the side netting.
Mm,
We can count ourselves very lucky that look,
mm,
Dupre didn't get to score. It landed on the side netting, and
mm,
it gave us uh, a bit of a chance for us to regroup. The problem with us is that we are very slow on the counter attack. We are very slow on the transition. We
mm,
don't play quick ball. When you're supposed to play the ball forward, we are playing the ball to the back. And that is just forcing Stellenbosch to actually apply more pressure on us. And you know, when pressure is applied on us, we don't even know what to do with the ball, and we end up losing the ball more cheaply. So
mm,
it all boils down to the attitude of the players and the team as well.
mm,
If they really, really want this league so badly, they need to play like they really want it badly. And
mm,
tonight, they look like they were just selling for a draw. And that is what I saw. That look,
mm,
they're just selling for a draw. Um, they were not in any rush to actually get the winning goal. They just decided to pass the ball around, and which is really frustrating in our parts. It really frustrated a lot of us because a lot of us were actually expecting a victory. We've been
mm.
sending messages to the team to really do us proud
Yeah.
win games for us. But
Mm,
what is the response that we are getting? We are getting such a different response.
mm,
And I don't know, maybe is it because of what the coach wants?
mm,
Is it because the players were instructed to settle for a draw? I
mm,
have absolutely no idea. But that is where the problem really lies, because we are supposed to prioritize each and every single game that we play. We
yeah.
shouldn't prioritize a specific game, because if you're going to prioritize a specific game, guess what? We
Mm,
are going to end up falling short. We're going to
mm,
end up falling short, and we are going to end up losing.
mm.
And that is what we don't want. We don't want to carry on proving Junior Kanye right when he kept on saying that we are going to drop more points,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
Sundowns are going
Sundowns are
to,
gonna win the league.
gain more wins. But if you're having a look at the way Sundowns are playing as well, they're not playing as well at all. They're not
Mm,
playing well at all. They haven't even won a game since the restart. We, out of the big three, are the only ones that managed to get a win from the restarts as well.
Yeah.
But we need to get more wins in order to apply pressure on the guys that are actually underneath us.
It's frustrating also because all this is happening behind us, I mean, in the background, and we're not taking the advantage of that. We should at least be 12 points, maybe 15 points ahead of all these teams. There was also a time in the season when we were 12 points ahead of these teams, and now was the time now to. We could have actually been, jogging right now. Jogging. We could have been jogging, but we're not.
Exactly the point, Mish, because in the game against Wits, we should have grabbed 3 points. We managed to grab 3 points against Polokwane City. That should have been 6 points. We should have grabbed 6 points against another 3 points against Bloemfontein Celtic. Unfortunately, we lost, but had we won, we would have been 9 points gained. And had we won tonight's game, it would have been 12. So,
exactly.
You know what? Yeah, exactly. We would have grabbed a healthy 12-point lead. We would have been. We would have actually wrapped up the league today. If you actually have a look at it, we should have wrapped up the league today because
and it would have been so much. It would have been so much sweeter also because we would have gotten that guard of honor against Sundowns. It would have been so nice to have that guard of honor against Sundowns, but.
It would have been an honor to have a guard of honor against Sundowns as well. So now we are just settling for a final now, in inverted commas, because the 27th is the final. Because you see, Mamelodi Sundowns are going to play against Golden Arrows, and Sundowns are forced to actually grab maximum points. If they don't grab maximum points tomorrow, then they themselves are really in trouble. I mean, we are lucky to actually be 6 points ahead.
Exactly, very lucky.
Yeah, but you see that is the point. Chiefs need to have a plan B. We need to have a plan B, a plan C for each and every single game, so that if our plan A doesn't work, then we have another plan to actually approach our games as well. And that is what really frustrates us as supporters as well. And that's why we end up criticizing and crucifying the players as well, because we're not trying to be funny here. We are actually encouraging them to really, really man up. We know that they have the capabilities to actually win games. Why don't they go back to how they managed to win those games in the first half of the season? They were unstoppable. They were fearless. So now, come post-lockdown, it's like we're tired. It's like we're tired, and we don't want that. That is the last thing that we need, to be tired when we're supposed to be sprinting to the finish line. I mean, by now we should have been jogging to the finish line. We should have wrapped it up to today. Now where we are doing things the hard way. I mean, I just went on to Twitter, to Kaizer Chiefs' Twitter page, and I just asked them a simple question: where's the hunger? That's the only question that I asked. No criticism whatsoever. I just asked, where's the hunger? That's it. Because that is the only thing that is on my mind. And even on my post-match review, I'm also going to be asking the same thing: where is the hunger? Because we were able to be solid in the second half, but we needed to be more intentional. We needed to be more urgent, and that is what we were lacking. There were like a couple of few players that were actually intentional, the likes of Frosler, the likes of Zuma, and the likes of Kambole as well, which I'm really, really proud of him. I'm really proud of Kambole. This goal that he actually scored is really, really going to boost his confidence now, because he has been threatened. And even though he has been unlucky in terms of being given a chance to score, he didn't even give up. And that is the kind of player I like. So it's guaranteed that on Thursday he will definitely start, probably alongside Billiard as well. And Billiard, he must just also man up, because this is a big game for him as well.
Yeah,
he really
needs to step up now.
Yeah, he needs to step up. But not only him, because I don't want to single out players here. I want to talk to the whole department, or the whole team. That in each and every single department, there has to be leadership now. there has to be leadership. Because if there's no leadership in each department, that's where we're going to fall short. We're going to be confused as well. So we need to nominate who's going to marshal the defense, who's going to be the main captain of the defense, who's going to be the main captain of the midfield, who will be the main captain of the strike force as well. So that if we can have proper leadership in each and every department, we will be able to be balanced. We will be able to be hungry as well. We will be able to switch on. Because what I saw today, I didn't see any hunger. And I'm really disappointed on that regard. We should have won this game, honestly. We really should have won this game. This was a crucial game for us. Now we had to make it difficult for ourselves, in which it is the last thing for us to do.
All right, man. And if you had to choose a man of the match for today?
No, it was definitely Skellum. Skellum, he was really threatening the whole game. This guy was really brilliant together with Dupree. He links up very well with Dupree. If you have a look at the game against Cape Town City, they were really, really threatening. So they were just carrying on where they left off against Cape Town City tonight. And big props to him. I mean, he's got a bright future, still a young man. And if he keeps to the consistencies, then the big teams will be eyeing on him. And just kudos to him.
All right. Thanks, my brother Hunter. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother.
Look forward to the game at Sundowns. Hopefully, we get a win there. We just gotta train hard and make sure also, like, the players, bring the fire, because they need to step up and see how important it is. Because that's the one we want now. It's the decider, I guess. I hope
it is.
Because if we don't win that match, I feel I'm worried about what's going to happen in the following games. Because if we didn't have the confidence in today's game, and we take that same confidence of today's game to Sundowns game, it's not gonna help us in the rest of the season. And I don't wanna jinx it, but I mean, we can't slip up. We can't slip up now. But
anyway. We cannot afford to slip up now. We cannot afford to press the panic button as of yet, because if we're gonna press the panic button now, it's really going to cause a lot of panic within the players, and we are desperate for the league. All right, we want this league so badly, and it's just that the manner in which we are racing for the title, it's just Kaizer Chiefs like. So really, the guys really need to be hungry. They need to be intentional. They need to play with intent, and they need to play with the will to win.
All right, my man. That's perfect. Thanks for wrapping that up. Thank you.
You're watching Amakosi for Live. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Amakosi for Live, and give us a like on Facebook.